Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, CD15's family suffered a loss a couple weeks ago when my alleged deputy, Joseph Campbell's father, passed away. Paul Douglas Campbell, who I'm asking that we adjourn in his memory today. He was born on March 6, 1942 in Lawrence, Massachusetts to parents William Joseph Campbell and mother Astrid Vera Elizabeth. He grew up in Duluth and Austin, Minnesota, and attended Austin High School, where he played basketball, football, and won essay and math awards. Paul was appointed to attend the prestigious United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, but decided to attend the University of Minnesota in Minneapolis, where he majored in anthropology. Although Paul was philosophically against the Vietnam War, he joined the U.S. Marine Corps. After completing officer training, he was stationed in Saigon and was promoted to the rank of captain by President Richard Nixon. After returning from the Marines, Paul moved to Valencia, Spain, Paris, France, and Mexico City to study and become fluent in Spanish. Paul met his future wife, RP, while working for LA County, and they were married in May of 1984. While many agree the two were complete opposites, they shared over 30 years of marriage. During those years, Paul became the father of two boys, Joseph and Razmig, with whom he shared his love of nature. When Paul was not learning about other cultures, he was busy building his Finnish-style log cabin on an island in Ontario, Canada. He spent numerous summers there fishing for walleye fish from his canoe, exploring other islands, telling stories, gazing in the northern lights, or simply howling at the timber wolves across the lake. Paul hiked enough trails and climbed enough mountains in California to eventually become to the Angeles Crest Forest what John Muir was to Yosemite. It was impossible to hike with him without stopping several times for him to explain the plants and how the California natives would use them for medicine and food 1,000 years ago. A man of many hats, Paul indulged himself with many occupations. He had been a cab driver, a probation officer, a property manager, a social worker for LA and Orange counties, and a U.S. Marine. All of his professions, he was the most passionate and intellectually consumed with one, anthropologist. Many people tried to push Paul to get his PhD since he was already engulfed in the study, research, and analysis of anthropology. Instead, he decided to contribute his own raw knowledge to the field, straight from the Native Americans' untapped, rich experiences and traditions. He visited natives often, absorbing details about their ancestors' survival skills and how they could bestow. He transcribed and documented every experience and became a published author. He wrote 5 books, was a renowned expert on Native American survival skills, and taught workshops at many survival skill conventions. PhD professors were calling him for consultation on their own research. In the winter of Paul's life, he wrote his last book and spent years studying the Italian language and culture. Paul was obsessed with anything exotic and could only dive deeply into unfamiliar topics. To him, scratching the surface was never an option. After nearly a year and a half of fighting brain cancer, Paul died on September 25th, 2014 at the age of 72. He is survived by his loving wife and son, Joseph. May he rest in peace.
Thank you very much.